I'm the Nappy Dreamer.
And I'm Kia Blaine.
And we are the Melanin Mindset. What's good, everybody, and welcome if it's your first time viewing. Welcome back if you're returning. I'm the Nappy Dreamer.
And I'm Kia Blaine.
And together we are the Melanin Mindset.
Hey, we got it right today because we together.
Friend, we could have just kept going.
Why are you trying to keep going where?
In the show.
We always stop right there because we usually jack it up.
But we got it right. That's why we progress.
Okay, go ahead. Whatever.
If you can lean that way, I can finish my spiel.
Whatever.
Y'all, you see what I have to deal with? So listen, if it's your first time viewing, okay, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I said that, didn't I? Y'all, it's been a long day. I
tried to pause and kind of BS so you could catch your daggone breath. You know you about to die over here. Just go along with it.
Listen, make sure that you all subscribe to our YouTube channel. I wasn't supposed to do that tonight. Anyway, so if you didn't know already, we are out on Facebook, The Melanin Mindset, Twitter, The Melanin Mindset. Shoot, girl, Instagram, Melanin Mindset _, Twitter, Melanin Mindset _ and good old TikTok. Did I say TikTok?
Go ahead.
At the Melanin Mindset.
Oh,
yeah, and we have to physically clap, friend, because we don't have the applause today. So we're gonna need y'all help, okay? So make sure you plug in wherever you can plug in all the time, all right? And we will keep you posted on the things that we have going on. So, friend, go ahead and do that thing you do. Y'all, I need to catch my breath for real because I had to run.
I tried to give her a chance
to get something.
But y'all saw how she did me, right? Yeah, I tried to give her a chance. But she tried to. We had a eventful day, eventful weekend, and we want to share it with you. We're feeling very inspired. So we got all the feels, and we're ready to share.
Yes. And speaking of share, if you haven't already hit that share button, please go ahead and do that so that somebody can join in and get with us. I'm actually hitting my share right now as well. So, friend, you can kick us off tonight because we are going to be talking about chasing some dreams. Like she said, we are super duper inspired. Okay? Super duper inspired. So, friend, tell them about chasing some dreams so we can get going.
I was about to, but then you started.
You're doing the
with
thing
the
again.
hype thing again.
You're really doing it thing. But go ahead.
So, have you ever felt like, you know, you had a dream or you had a dream? And we kind of did an episode that was similar to this. But like what would your 9-year-old self think about where you are today? But we're coming from this from a little different angle. So we want to talk about dreams you might have, especially if you're a little further along in life, or if you're in a certain lane and you feel like you want to change, but you're afraid to, or something might be holding you back. Has anybody ever felt like that? We just came back from an event, like literally just walked in the door from an hour-and-a-half drive 12 minutes ago. So the energy is still like, the adrenaline is still pumping and it's still running. So we need y'all to engage with us so y'all can keep us on track, okay? I need y'all to stay together for us right now. So anyway, the power of your dreams. It's important to understand your dreams and know that they are valid no matter where you are in life, and that they still matter and they're still attainable. I think we talked about this the last time too, but some of the people that we mentioned before who didn't really achieve their dreams until later in life. The Colonel, KFC, good old KFC, didn't start KFC until he was in his 70s. So, and I mean, I don't know how long he lasted it before it went away, but that thing, who don't know what KFC is, right? We all know what KFC is. Walt Disney actually passed away before Disney World was complete, but that dream, his dream was so big that it still continues to grow in his absence. And no matter how old he was when he started it, imagine had he quit before or not really kept pursuing the dream the way he saw it out to be. Another young lady, the one who makes the bridal gowns,
Vera Wang.
Yes, Vera Wang didn't start till she was 40. And we know those are some of the most elegant and most expensive wedding gowns are made by her, and she what if she didn't? Like, what would we be wearing? David's bridal was good, but it ain't good for everybody.
But I'm gonna just say, David, he's more inclusive.
Not true anymore. Not true anymore. Not true anymore.
No.
First of all, Vera Wang was always inclusive because you just had to have the money to get it custom made if that's what you wanted. She's inclusive. Long as you got green, you got a dress. So you can't say that. You can say that, and it's not. And most Vera Wang is not just off the rack. A lot of her stuff, that's how she started, with custom made, high quality, high end dresses. So, what is some of the things that hinder people from achieving their dreams? That's where we're going to start, and then we're going to go into what you can do to kind of combat that. So let's start with some things that cause you to be slow on your dreams. You and the giggles and the waves.
I do this when I'm in my location too.
Mm-hmm.
While she's doing her intro, I'm saying hey to everybody. So I'm trying to do my job, friend.
So the number one thing I think that stops people from attaining their dreams is fear and self-doubt.
Oh, big facts. Look at that. We got one in the chat immediately. Absolutely. That's got to be the number one thing.
The doubt. But why do we doubt?
Ooh. I want to say something to that one when you get done.
Go ahead. No, you can say something now because you know what I'm about to do. Look up the definition of doubt.
As you should. So listen, I believe, I'm not saying this is valid, so please know I'm not validating your doubt, and I'm not encouraging anyone to be doubtful, but I just need to share that my feelings, sometimes I get overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the task is so much bigger than my capabilities, and that is something that is a hindrance. Like, doubt itself is a hindrance, but sometimes, you get inside your own head. And I think too, like, as you're advancing in age, you're kind of like, I should have my niche by now. I should know what I'm doing and how I'm doing it at this point. And so undertaking some of those more scary endeavors that may be a higher financial obstacle, or it may be a higher physical requirement, it makes you feel like, can I really? You know what I'm saying? And that definitely yields doubt.
You know what, though? Because I wanted to look up the definition because I was about to say something, but I wanted to make sure the definition kind of went with what I was going to say. Because I was going to say, why do we have doubt? If doubt is uncertainty, that means we don't know. So if we don't know, why would we doubt? Because we ain't going to know until we actually do it.
Girl, because...
So why not just do it? Why? You don't know. There's still uncertainty. So the definition says, a feeling of uncertainty or a lack of conviction. So if I'm uncertain about a thing, then why wouldn't I just do it until I'm certain? And I'm not saying that I do this. I'm saying I'm you know me. I'm being the critical thinker over here.
Girl, I had to look up another definition for them because I was about to use a term and I'm like, maybe I should define it first. And I can honestly say that there are times that I get hung up being a little tinge of a pessimist. Like, I'm anticipating the worst possible outcomes. I'll catch myself getting stuck in that bucket, like thinking of the worst possible thing that could happen. You know how people are like, what's the worst that could happen? Yes. The worst thing that could happen is you asking somebody what's the worst that could happen. Because immediately,
well, if that's the case, then you should just keep on going. You still say if that's the worst thing that can happen is somebody asking you again, then it's over. After they ask you, it's over.
What I'm saying is, though, I didn't finish my statement.
Okay.
Gee, like, the worst thing that could happen is that if, like, when someone asks you what the worst thing is that could happen, now magically, all you had to do was go over a molehill, and it seems like you're jumping off the side of a cliff because you're thinking of all the potential things that could go wrong and that could happen that will cause a problem. Hit that.
So this comment, because it's unknown. Again, it's unknown. And you can never be 100% sure what's going to happen. So just do it. Just do it. You don't know. You being to fear or doubt yourself. I'm not saying that I don't doubt. Now, I'm just being clear. I'm playing devil's advocate right here, y'all. I'm being difficult. You know, y'all know me. But yeah, if you don't know, then let's just go. T-shirt.
Oh man, friend, I think let's slow it down a little bit and tell them a little bit about give them a little bit from the weekend that we learned about being doubtful and saying you can't do things.
What did we learn about
what I took away when they shared, don't be funny. What they shared was that the minute you say you don't think you can, you can't. So as soon as you say I don't think I can, you can't.
You've already given up
You've
in your
already
mind.
been defeated. And that was an eye-opener for me because like I shared, I could tend to be a little bit of a pessimist, looking to see where the failure is at before I walk into that failure. And so that is something that they said, and it really rang true in my ears. Like, bruh, I've defeated myself by anticipating defeat. Put that next one up there. Community and other people's failures and who you are around. You know what? And that's true. That's true. Sometimes you can feel
some people can talk
like
make you doubt.
Yeah, somebody
you might not
you
have self-doubt, but somebody will give you theirs.
Right.
What's it say? I do that. I think of everything that could go wrong. I'm like, nah, maybe it's not for me. Yeah, we gotta stop doing that. We really gotta stop doing that. And then it's like in hindsight, now that you think about it, like why would we pretty much self-sabotaging? Why do we do that?
Yeah, big facts. And friend, I thought about it. We told them we went and did something really cool, but we didn't say what.
Because we got it's only 12 minutes into the show.
Right.
It's gonna come up at some point.
I'm telling you.
But if she hype, she wanna say something.
I do.
So go ahead.
I really do.
Go ahead.
So listen, we went to a podcast summit, y'all. A podcast summit. Friend, that's where the applause would have happened. Friend, you have to clap with me. There we go. She's hyped too, so don't even let her fool you, okay? We went to a podcast summit down in Miami, y'all. It was the first one that David Shams was putting on, and we went to workshops nonstop for the past 2 days. We just drove in, parked in the rain. Girl, mine is too. We parked in the rain, came inside, set up so we could come and talk to y'all. But we took so many gems away on things that we can do to better support our podcast and make it as phenomenal as possible. So tonight, we are going to be sharing a few tips and a few gems, but not all of them. Not all of them, but some of them this evening. I'm very hyped because I feel so inspired and encouraged after these last 2 days. Like, you have no idea.
I think I'm going to go back to the doubt thing for a second.
Doubt? I'm so happy. And you want to go doubt?
Because I didn't answer how I felt about self-doubt. I just kind of was playing devil's advocate. Because I think that's why I was looking at that. Because I don't think I self-doubt. My downfall is that I talk myself out of it. Not because I think it's going to fail, but because I don't know if I'm necessarily walking in my purpose. Like, I think sometimes I'd be like, I'll see, or somebody will tell me this is a good idea. We should do this and that. You would be great at that. But I'd be like, is that my purpose? Is that what God wants me to do? And then if God don't knock on the door and tell me to do it, I'm like, oh, maybe it wasn't for me. Like, that's where I think my problem comes from, like seeking this assurance from somebody or something that it's at, or a sign that it's absolutely supposed to happen. I will just be like,
so you out here turning away boats.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that would be me. Like, God, I thought you was gonna save me, but I sent you 3 boats. Yeah, that would. Yeah.
So it says overcoming self-doubt and fear, recognizing common fears.
That's what we just did.
Embracing failure and resilience. Redefining failure as a stepping stone to success.
Okay, so let me tell you about the thing. This is not our usual outline. So these are just supposed to guide us.
Oh, grief.
These are not our usual notes. Again, we just left an event and I threw something together real fast just to say, let's talk about this, and this. So our notes look a little different.
Reference points, but we talked about it.
These are just reference points. Yeah. So embracing
failure and resilience. So recovery after you fail.
Well, hey,
Mona. Or your stick-to-itness.
Yeah, real quick, guys. I want you in the comments to say how you feel when you fail at something. And then also, like, how do you come out of it if you come out of it? So, friend, how do you feel?
You go first.
When you fail at something. You know, I was about to say something real cocky, like, I don't never fail. But a person that never fails never does anything. So, we know I'm a doer. I have a fix it mentality. So if I fail, I'm immediately trying to fix it. Like, I don't give myself enough time to be like, dang, what did I do wrong? Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, screw all that. Just, like if I burn a pancake, that's a failure. Like, just cook another one. Like, if something breaks, I'll like, dang it. All right, go buy another one. But those are little failures. But I mean, I don't, and I think I just don't do it because I feel like if I do, I probably would take a deep dive into like beating myself up about the failure or, not want, I just don't. I think I just ignore it, which could be good and bad at the same time because I might make the same mistake again if I don't really examine what caused me to fail. So it could be a pro and a con.
So you're really resilient. You're very resilient.
Oh yeah, my resilience is 1,000.
Yeah, it says resilience is the capacity to withstand or recover quickly from a difficulty or something tough. And I can say that it depends for me. Mm-hmm. My resilience is wavering. And I'm just going to be honest. Transparency is important. Mm-hmm. So my resilience is very much so wavering. There could be something, and I'm that weird person, and I don't mind saying it. I'm that weird person who a situation that might make the average person fall apart, I'm standing 10 toes down. Oh, yeah. But then the thing...
You are strange like that.
Right. But then the thing that wouldn't normally bother someone, I collapse. So it's like, it's the weirdest thing. Like the world could be crumbling around me. And I'm still like, I got this. We doing this. But then as soon as the littlest thing, it just rocks my world. So it's like, hit me with the big stuff. Don't hit me with a feather. So that's how I tend to go down. So this one says, when I fail, quotes, I think about past moments when I have failed before. I still have the ability to overcome. I'm still had the ability to overcome and make it to this new failure. So I know I'll be fine again.
That's well put.
That's
well put. That's a great way to look at things. So you too have a good resilience.
Yeah, solid resilience. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Failure as a
say
stepping
something
stone?
what you said, and then we started reading that, and so I lost it.
Yeah, I was basically saying I'm a punk.
No, yeah, you're not a punk. Like you said, like the big things, and you know what I think it is? There it is. I think it's because the huge things, you really don't have any control over. But I think you feel more connected to a personal failure because it's like, I know I could have did better. But when it's something big that's like out of your control, you have the ability to be like, well, okay. Whereas some people will kind of look at it like, what could I have done to prevent that?
Nothing.
Yeah.
If the issue is big enough, I'm really just like it is what it is.
Yeah. I think, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Yeah. Navigating external.
I have an example. I have a story time.
Go ahead. Look at you with a story
time, y'all. So listen, it was when I first moved back to Orlando. Remember I had bought that little black car?
Was it something
not the Yaris.
I swear something just bit me.
Focus, friend. So listen, when I first moved back to Orlando, I had got like this little black car. It wasn't my Yaris. It was another one. I got a little black car. And I was using a little buy here, pay here. And y'all, I was not very stable when I first moved back to Orlando. And so I was paying the bill when I had the money to pay the bill. You know what I mean? And one day they came and took my car. I went to work. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I've actually told the story on the podcast before, our similar car story. We went outside to go to school and the car was gone.
Girl, that happened to me twice. Y'all, I'm sorry.
And I looked at the kids and I said, well, this is what happens when you don't pay the car note. So let's go in the house and have a lesson about debt.
But friend, the second time it happened to me, I was subletting a car from somebody and she wasn't paying the bill. I was paying her. I was actually paying her and she wasn't paying the bill. And I went to go out because I worked for a magazine at the time, and I went to go drop off some tickets to an event the magazine was hosting. And I was going down to a radio station to take them some tickets because they had got the free tickets to give away over the station. And I walked out the back door of the building and my car was gone.
The struggle.
I just walked back inside and I was like, well, somebody else gonna drop these tickets off. You know, I can't take the tickets, the car is gone. And I found out later that the girl, and I'll say her name was Tony. and she didn't pay the car note.
Oh, Tony.
But Tony.
I hope you're paying your car note now.
And so
I hope we've learned lessons, Tony.
And she wasn't paying the car note. So since she wasn't paying the car note, the car got taken. And I ended up having to pay to get my stuff out of the car too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was real bad. Real bad. But I didn't fall apart at all. I even went down there and paid for it and got my stuff.
I cannot.
Yeah, it's the big things that do not faze me. It's those little things that make me fall apart. I don't know why. The littlest thing makes me fall apart.
And I've witnessed it quite a few times. And I still love you. Navigating external challenges.
So much.
So again, we're talking about chasing your dreams, defying the odds when it doesn't seem like you can do it. External challenges could be anything from, well, let's put it like this. Let's talk about society and even cultural pressures. Like depending on how you grew up or when you grew up, or a lot, college is a big thing. Like, you're taught in order to get a good job, you need to go to college, you need to graduate so you can get a good job. And sometimes you're that person that doesn't think that's the path for you. But it's like the pressure of everyone expecting you to go to school. Like I even listen to some people when you guys know, it seems like every year in my house I have a graduation, and people will ask children or high schoolers that are about to graduate, oh, what college are you going to? Just like almost automatically assuming that their child is going to college. But let's say that this young adult has a dream of being an entrepreneur, of starting a business, opening a shop or something like that. They might hold those feelings in or not express those desires or dreams because everyone has told us you need to go to school, or you need to do it this way, or you need to do it that way. And especially culturally, it really can cause this fear of, I don't want to tell them because they might not think it's good, or I don't want to do it because it's not what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you ever experience that?
I experienced going to school for what would have pleased my parents.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely did that in the beginning.
I went to school. I was an education major, and then I switched over as a business major, and I went to school for quite some time, and I stopped just short of graduation because I could care less.
Yeah.
And it's sad because I had student loans. Oh, friend, my student loans is paid off. All of them too.
Rub some of that off on
girl, me. Listen, here we go. But yeah, no, I went to school for them because I wanted to make them proud.
Yes.
And I wanted to do what I knew they had designed for my life. But not to be preachy or nothing, but I later came into my own and realized like it's not what any man has designed for my life. It's about what God has planned for my life. And it is so important. Like how you said, sometimes you don't doubt because you're worried about the success of a thing. Yeah. You doubt because you question if it's your purpose.
Yeah.
And so I started to learn myself and walk into my own and come to understand like kind of like what it seems I am designed to do. And I trust that that's really what I'm designed to do at this point.
But what did that feel like?
Coming to that realization?
Like, yeah.
Girl, how long we been doing this podcast? That's when it was.
I know.
Let me stop. I went to hair school and everything.
It's definitely funny how similar our stories end up being. But I also too went to school for education because my mother was in education. I just think she would be so happy if I was a teacher too. And I did, and I am actually really great at school. I had a 4.0 for the whole 2 years I was there. Just for me to realize I don't like other people's kids. Or nah, I'm joking. But no, I just didn't feel like that was what I wanted to do. And I really did want to do hair. I had already been doing hair for at that point, 6 years. But I never had saw it as a career. And I also didn't think my family would be proud of me. And so when I was in school and sitting, my psychology class did it for me. My psychology class made me want to pull off my eyelashes one at a time.
Psychology was a tough one. That ain't no lie.
And it wasn't even that. I probably could take it now because I'm older. My professor was a bag of she was a mess. She cried every other class. I don't know if y'all can tell I'm not really a sensitive type. She cried every other class. They would have these kumbaya sessions, and I would be sitting in the corner like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Okay, so I didn't have a 4.0 because that was the only class I got an F in. I had all A's and an F. I had an F in that class.
Okay, so
I stopped going. After the 4th round of crying, I just stopped going to that class and went and hung out by the pool until it was time for the next class.
I quit my life. I did not fail in my psychology class. It was tough because my psychology professor, for some reason, he insisted that we could relate to everything he discussed.
And then maybe that's what it was too.
And it was annoying because it was like, sometimes I'm like, I am not a blonde, non-melanated woman. That is not my struggle.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I don't relate to what you're talking about. And a lot of the people in my session did not look like me. So,
and I do feel like nowadays college professors are more conscious of that. Because even now, and that was the funny part. My whole education journey came full circle because now I still ended up being an educator, but to aspiring cosmetologists instead of, primary school. But yeah, I those external challenges but that's what I was coming back to. Just that feeling of going against what I thought, society or my parents or the culture that I was in wanted me to do. Bucking against that takes so much bravery and guts to change what is expected of you. Can you guys relate to that? Like, did you have those times where, people you were expected to do a certain thing and you wanted to change? Have you ever gotten stuck in something?
Bruh, I got stuck in school until I got the cojones to walk away.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't get stuck that long though.
I got stuck for too long.
Yeah, I got stuck for 2 semesters. I was like, yeah, this ain't it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but yeah, that's definitely it was absolutely a thing where it's you do get overwhelmed trying to do things that you're not necessarily intended to be doing. So, Fran, you want to cover another point, and then we're gonna
because now it's about to switch. We're gonna talk about how to get past these. So let's go ahead and do that mid break thing.
So y'all listen, if you ain't already know, we are brand ambassadors for Dianu Apparel. I would usually hit the applause right now. Go ahead. All right, so we are brand ambassadors for Dianu Apparel, where our viewers and our listeners can save 15% off on their purchases by simply using promo code Melanin Mindset. And that applies to you as well if you are streaming out on any of those streaming services, because y'all, we are officially everywhere except for Apple Music. Everywhere. So the Melanin Mindset. So
Apple
yes.
Music is coming soon though. Yeah, very soon to a theater near you.
That
to an iPhone near you.
But you too can also save 15% by using promo code Melanin Mindset. And the link is actually in our description here as well as on the streaming services. So please go ahead and check out Dianu Apparel and save 15% because why not? Clearance included. We'll see y'all in a second. What's good, Mindset family? The Melanin Mindset is thrilled to announce we are the newest brand ambassadors for Dianu Apparel. Dianu Apparel is a Black-owned apparel company that offers trendy African-inspired prints in each and every garment. They're offering our listeners 15% off their purchases just by using promo code Melanin Mindset. There's something for him, there's something for her, and there's even something for the kids. So head right over to Dianu.com using the description link down below, or just simply enter Melanin Mindset at checkout and save today. Friend. There we go. All right, y'all. You know I'm not on location, so I cannot. Wait a second. What you doing?
Going back to the show.
I don't need that. I need this. See, friend, this is why we do this separate, because she's changing screens and I need to see. So thank you all so much for hanging in there with us. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to the Melanin Mindset on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up and turn on those notification bells so that you can be among the first to know when the Melanin Mindset goes live. Find us out on Facebook, the Melanin Mindset, on TikTok, the Melanin Mindset, as well as Twitter and Instagram, Melanin Mindset _ And friend, we'll be updating that soon. So y'all will soon find us at the Melanin Mindset podcast on Instagram. And Twitter, I think we're stuck with Melanin Mindset _ only because of the character issue. So you'll be able to find us and connect and plug in. So if you are on Facebook with the Melanin Mindset, I have something to share with you, okay? The Melanin Mindset is hosting our very first book club. Our very first book club. Now, listen, Linda. We are calling it the MFN Book Club because who would we be if we did not have the flipping MFN Book Club? Look at the date. It starts tomorrow. And if you're with us on Facebook, you know that. So tomorrow, the Tabitha Brown 30-Day Challenge will be kicking off. And it is where we are going to be doing some clean eating, some self-healing, as well as some mental work, some journaling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to be getting plugged in and tuned in with ourselves. So you'll notice that those 3 books are right there on the screen. We do have special links in the page for you to purchase your books. So I'll be putting that in the caption as soon as I'm done telling you all about it. So we'll be reading together. There we go. Feeding the Soul. Starting out with what, friend? 2 chapters, 3 chapters? We only got 4 weeks to get through this, y'all.
Yeah.
So we're going to be dropping in the page
we'll be
tomorrow
specific.
Morning. Right. Tomorrow morning, we'll be dropping on the page how many chapters we'll be reading, when we are going to be discussing it, as well as everything else that you need to be prepared. So you'll be using the link that's in the book club channel or group. I'm sorry, the light is really just messing with this. For you to purchase Tabitha Brown's Feeding the Soul. We will be journaling also with Miss Tabitha Brown, honey, using Seen, Loved, and Heard, which is a guided journal. And we also have a link for you all to use for this book too. And each and every meal, for the most part, will be coming from cooking from the spirit, like that. Okay. Also with the good old Miss Tabitha Brown. All right. So we are doing this and we're coining it as the Tabitha Brown 30-Day Challenge. And it's inspired by the fact that Tabitha Brown dealt with headaches for just over a year that were unresolved, undiagnosed by the doctor. They couldn't figure out what the heck was going on with the woman. And she chose this diet and the headaches vanished by the end of her 30 days. Yeah. So I don't have a headache. Friend, you got a headache?
I don't have a headache, but I got some other things that I'm hoping will go away.
Absolutely. We'll be healing our bodies with our food.
We'll be sharing our journey, our feels and all that, the good, the bad, the ugly in the Facebook group. So go over to Facebook and make sure you guys join the group.
Yes, and we'll be doing some special lives for you all, as well as some special videos of us preparing a few of these meals. So you don't want to miss it. In the Facebook group only.
Get in the Facebook group.
Only. Okay. And please know, if you're shy about your journey to better health, the Facebook group is private. People cannot share outside of the group unless they screenshot. And Facebook now is notifying people when you screenshot and it's private.
Good.
So,
because all the other apps were.
Just know you will be safe and you will be sound and you will be free to be yourself in the MFN Book Club group. All right, friend. Whew.
You good?
Oh, yeah. Submit your questions, y'all. So if you got a question, submit to themelanatedmindset@gmail. Go to themelanatedmindset.com or send us a DM and we'll be answering your questions judgment-free. And here is our Dionu image, and become an official MFer as well by purchasing your Melanin Mindset t-shirt. Okay. So now, friend, let's turn a corner and get a little bit lighter in this endeavor and go for what we know.
I had a question because when you said Twitter, I was like, do y'all know Twitter turned into X? It's not called Twitter anymore. It's called X. I don't know if the icon on anybody else's phone changes, but my Twitter icon changed to X. But I'm not really going Twitter. So, anyway. So we talked about some of the things that cause us to stop tracing our dreams, but we're going to talk about how we defy the odds. So I'm going to start it with a little story time. Thursday, this young lady sitting next to me, she told me, she said, we're getting on a webinar. And so the webinar came up, and I was like, I was supposed to go out with some friends. Thursday is our hangout day. And I said, oh man, I'm supposed to be going out. But I said, you know what? We really want to make this podcast grow. We really want to be good. So let me sit down and at least give it half of my attention. So I sat down, started watching it. It was so good. I gave it my undivided attention. I said half because I was going to cut out early, but I didn't. I realized the importance of it, and I kept, diving deeper into it. Then when I looked up the person who was giving the webinar, I noticed they were having an event in Miami. Now, mind you, this was Thursday. What day is it, y'all?
Monday.
Yeah, this was Thursday. And the event was not cheap. There was a entry, a general admissions that when I say not cheap, I'm just going to say in our current state, it took us some sacrifice, a lot of sacrifice to do it. And I said, we have to go. I said, if we want this to be anything and we want to grow and we believe in this dream that we have of making this podcast grow, we need to go.
Facts.
And so we choked our fears down and just said, we're just going to do it scared. T-shirt, do it scared. So
I think that's right.
It probably is. But yeah, so we took action. So that's what comes to one of the things to be conscious of and focus on when you want to chase your dream is planning and taking action. Like in this day and age, like when I think about KFC, the Colonel opening up KFC in his 70s, but how old is KFC? Like there were not the type of resources available then that we have now. Like everything is a click away. It's in the palm of your hand on your phone. You can look up how to start a business, how to do an LLC. Who do I need to contact for this? It's so simple. And I think about people, I think sometimes that's what keeps me pushing to driving to chasing my dreams, is that I think about how hard it was for people in the past to do it, and they did it. And I have all these resources right here, very readily available. I don't have no excuse. So let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, and we did it, y'all. We did it. We did it.
Yeah, so setting a realistic goal and creating a roadmap towards your goals is important. And when I say realistic, like we all know that, if you don't have hundreds of dollars in your account, thousands of dollars in your account, you're not just about to open this great business and buy all these things. So you have to start somewhere. And the thing about your dreams is like sometimes where you want to start, you can't. But you got to start where you can and work towards that. If that means saving a few extra dollars, staying at work a little longer so you can earn some more, but that don't mean take the money you earned and go buy something. That means invest it towards your dream.
Facts.
Right?
You're correct. I'm getting the link for them. So, sorry. That's big facts.
Okay. You just want me to keep going?
Yeah, you can keep going.
Because you started doing that thing that the guy was talking about in podcast. That's because I know you're not paying attention because you're just going. So, Fred, how do you take action and plan for chasing your dreams?
I like she said, we just kind of had to do it. I definitely did it petrified. I won't even lie and say I did it scared. I did it petrified. I was terrified. Yeah, because it was definitely an endeavor or an undertaking that I was not mentally prepared for in the moment. So because I was not ready in the moment, then it just made it feel like, bruh, like, should I really? Yeah. Like, how could I? So on and so forth. And that's the thing that kind of messed with me. So I tend to, I'm not going to say I don't prepare. I think in this particular instance, do it scared absolutely was the thing. It had to be just a do it scared thing. I couldn't discuss it. I couldn't talk about it. I couldn't dwell on it. I couldn't waste time on it, if that makes sense. I just had to do it. And so I did. But as far as preparing for things that scare me, I don't typically, because I won't do it. Like I said, if it's something that makes me nervous or worried, I won't.
With us going to this thing and taking, making an actual financial investment, time investment, what helped you go ahead and jump into that?
Because the money was spent. So since the money was spent, it was kind of one of those situations where it was like, I don't have a choice in the matter at this point because the money's already spent. So with the money gone, then that put me in a headspace where it's like, this has to work. I have to do this. And I know that's crazy. It really is. It's crazy. I have to do it. Like I have to see it through, my boy. You get what I'm saying? Once the money is gone, I have to. And I think that is the thing for me. I am more likely to see the thing through once my sincere investment has gone in. So once I have put in my sincere investment, like I've invested time, I've invested energy, I've invested understanding and learning into this process of the podcast, but it has not been monetary, not a dramatic monetary so far. Have you? I don't. Yeah, no, we haven't made any dramatic monetary investment in this process until now. It's just really been.
It depends on what you call dramatic.
Well, we pay for our software and we pay for our, setup and our backdrops and stuff like that. But that was a rolling situation. Like we didn't have to just drop it right then and there. I didn't.
What do you mean?
Did you just get everything all at one time?
We had to have it to start the podcast.
I know, but did we? I didn't buy it all at one time. Okay. It was a over time situation. Yeah, I didn't buy it all at one time, and so just to get set up and get going, I didn't have to do that. Yeah, but this right here, to spend the amount that we spent on this session, and to be present and be there, and really make the sacrifice of driving for what was that? I was on the road for. Due to storms, almost like 12 hours.
12 hours, yeah.
Yeah, and so I got off work, I got up, I came down, and now I'm here. I did that we was up 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And got home late at night. Sleep was
not had these last couple days.
Yeah, it was intense. And then to have to go all the way back, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So planning and taking action is number one thing you have to do to defy the odds. Another thing that you need to help you defy these odds and continue to chase your dream is a good support system.
Facts.
Now, when I say good support system, a lot of times people get caught up with who they expect to be in their support system. And sometimes everybody's not going to support what your dream may be or what task you might be wanting to complete right now. And if you want to defy the odds and capture that dream you've been tracing, unfortunately, you have to be okay with that and seek out the support system that you need. Whether that be mentorship from somebody who's already achieved it, whether that be a teacher or just somebody who is just your cheerleader. Everybody got that one person that it seems like it don't matter what you do, they be like, oh, you could do that, dude. And hopefully they're authentic. It's really important to make sure that they're authentic with that. But building that support system, having a strong network, finding role models, people who can fill in the gaps where you may be unable to. So, and I feel like we do that really well. Like where I may be weaker, she's stronger, and vice versa.
Oh, so wow, I'm scared. She told me to snap out of that crap.
Yeah. So you need that. You need that. Even if it's not the person you're actually doing whatever that dream is with, you still need that. You need that person that you could call and be like, man, I'm supposed to be doing da-da-da-da-da, and it's just not working out.
What do I normally say to you? When we talk, sometimes we do be, just talking. But I tend to ask her, all right, friend, what productive thing are we doing today? Or what have you done today? Yeah. And it's just to kind of keep us both accountable because I'm telling you,
accountability partner.
If I ask her what she did today, trust and believe she's going to flip it back on me. So I just need to make sure before I ask her that I did something. Okay. So, but I have a tendency to just ask her because I know we want to win. Yeah. Like winning is the goal at the end of the day. The goal is to win. All right. And so with us taking the chance and having the desire to win, it's kind of like, if I want to win, of course I got to bring my friend with me, bro. And I'm not about to drag her, so she's going to have to get up and walk.
Period.
So y'all click the link over in the chat, by the way. That is the book club link for you all to join into the book club. So if you click the link that you see in the chat, that is the link to the book club.
Yes. And that was something they were talking about is oh goodness, I can't get it out. Never mind, move on.
Yeah, listen.
Another thing you have to do, because we are closing in on our final 15 minutes, is adjusting and adapting. You can't move forward if you're still standing in the same place. sometimes
you can't move forward if you don't move your feet.
If you don't move, you gotta move. And sometimes you're gonna move and it's gonna feel a lot different than the last place you were. So getting outside of your comfort zone, talking to people. Oh my gosh, this was a huge networking event. And just talking to people and them asking you, oh, what your podcast about, and you've been able to explain that at the drop of a dime, and people want to record you, and you recording people, and you asking people questions. Boy, we were so out of our comfort zone this weekend. See, it's easy for us to sit here and talk all the trash we want to behind this screen, but being face to face with someone and them kind of and some with a group of
challenging
people, yes, that's what I'm gonna say. A group of people who do the same thing you do can be challenging, but it was so,
especially if you see them as doing what what you want to do successfully.
Yes,
that's the thing, because it's not that we're not doing well. We know the content we have is solid. We are just working on the viewership and the participation and engagement. You know what I'm saying? So with that, like, that's probably our biggest hurdle, is that engagement. It's not a matter of what we're offering. It's a matter of getting what we have to offer seen. Yeah. And so to be in a space with so many resourceful and even successful people, it was just crazy. Like, it was inspiring. And then even all the way down to our very last engagement before we left was someone who had just started his podcast.
Yes.
And he was asking us questions because he came up after we spoke with the other people who had the fancy camera. He came with his camera and was like, hey, you know, can you do a clip for my my channel?
Yeah.
Of course. You know, like, of course we will. So we did a clip for his, and then he was just like, wow, y'all seem like, and to hear him be so taken with us.
Yeah.
But then it's like,
but he had that bravery and that boldness just to come over and be like, hey, can you do a video? All right, I want you to answer this question. And we were like, you're great too. And sometimes that's what it is. We don't think we're doing great until it's like somebody else sees you that's doing the same thing or similar, and they're telling you, oh no, you're on the right path. Or oh no, you are doing great.
Or you sit and
but you won't
get
there until you adjust your position and adapt to the new environment that you're walking into. Like, get familiar with where you want to be.
Facts. Big facts.
Yeah. Like, start. I remember this class we were in before, that was like a motivational, like motivating you income wise, you know, to elevate your income. And it was like, what is your dream car? And you know, everybody kind of yelled out what their dream car was. We're like, have you ever put in the comment, what's your guys' dream car? Tell me what your dream car is. And it's like, if that's your dream car, he asked a question. He said, have you ever driven it? Have you ever gone and test drove your dream car? I can't see. Oh, it is. Okay. Have you ever driven your dream car? So go out and drive your dream car. Go out and go through your dream neighborhood, or look for that house. Like, post those pictures, print those pictures out. Not print. What am I talking about? I sound old. Make a Pinterest board. Put it on your screensaver. Like, start to visualize yourself in that dream and what it looks like. Like, know exactly what you want that dream to look like.
Yes.
Okay.
That explains so much.
Yeah.
But
I don't say any names.
Who says it? You got to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. Okay. Yes. You got to picture yourself. Like, you have to have such foresight that you are willing to take on the challenge. And I'm gonna be real, I'm so refreshed after these last 2 days. Like, I really feel like I want to kick myself, only because I doubted to begin the process as a whole. Like, I feel like at the end of all of this, I'm so upset with me that I wasn't more inspired to bet on me. Like, and I'm just be another moment of transparency. Like, we're so ready and willing to lend a hand
to somebody else's dream.
We're so we're so willing to, like, put our hand out to give. But, like, I'm closing that up and bringing it back to myself. And not for everything, but when it comes down to me having the things or the desires of my heart and winning where I know I can win, it ends now.
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
Mm-hmm.
It's over. Okay. So it's all about like trying to make sure, like he said, after you spend the $500 on a class, then you're going to spend $1,000. After you spend $1,000 on the resources and education, $2,000 doesn't seem so bad. You get what I'm saying? And you can work your way up those different levels to get the access and get the exposure. Because unlike when we were a child or even a young adult and we were in college and we just came across the people who might bring the opportunities, we're going to have to start pouring and investing into ourselves to be present where the opportunities are. And if you are not willing to invest in yourself to be present where the opportunities are taking place, then you might as well just keep flipping burgers at McDonald's. It ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, don't complain about it if you're not willing to take a chance and bet on you, because that's so important. Friend, I got to stop saying stuff because y'all listen, and I meant to apologize last week. I did say something that was a little bit offensive. If you was there, you know. If you weren't, you don't. And I'm not repeating myself. Go watch the episode. And so I made a comment, and after the episode, I felt horrible because I felt like I let myself relive a moment when my friend asked me a question and I was kind of triggered. Okay. So I'm not apologizing for my answer. I am apologizing for how I relayed my answer, only because I got in my feelings for a second and it really triggered me.
I was there and I can't remember what she talking about.
Okay, but that's for the best. I feel we've discussed this though. We definitely talked about it. But yeah, so I meant to say it last week and I felt so bad because I did not say it last week. And I just wanted to be sure, just on the off chance that I might have offended someone because what I said was a little bit edgy. I apologize. So I don't ever intend to make someone feel.
It up again, because I don't know that you needed to apologize. But
I feel like I should have because I definitely was out of pocket, and so and that's never my intention. So I just wanted to make sure I said that, and I only feel that way because somebody actually mentioned it to me, but they mentioned it haha kind of way. But when they said it back to me, I don't want to be portrayed that way. I'm so done. I just don't want to be portrayed that way. And that was not my heart's desire to come across like that. Yeah. So I just wanted to be clear there. I absolutely love all of y'all. Please know, no matter what your situation is. Okay. No matter what your situation is. So celebrating small victories. Number one, my small victory is the fact that I just apologized. So there's that. Acknowledging and celebrating progress, no matter how small the significance or anything like that. Friend, do you celebrate your small victories or only the absolutely
but I'm saying that now because I didn't. I used to beat myself up so bad, like mentally just being disappointed with myself for not completing every single task that I thought I should have. And I had to get to a point where I realized I'm only human. There's one of me. And sometimes I can't be in 50. I never can I be in 50 different places at the same time. So if I accomplish 2 of those tasks, heck, I'm like, cool. I don't think about the things I didn't do, only about what I completed. So I don't focus on what didn't get done. I'm only focusing on what I did. Whatever I didn't get done, God willing, there's another day. I can do it then. And I remember one of my friends telling me something because, you know, sometimes your money get tight around the beginning of the month and you be like, man, I can't do this. I can't do that. And one time she said, let me tell you something. All them bills are still going to be there when you're done what you're doing. Like it would be something small, like let's go out to eat. And then it would be like, oh, you know, money's going to is this $40 we about to spend on eating gonna make or break that bill? Do you have the money for the bill? Because if you do, then don't take the $40. But if you're still like $300 short, this $40 ain't gonna make a difference. So let's go eat. But just so celebrating those small victories for me kind of put me in that, and just knowing that them problems still gonna be there, those tasks still gonna be there. Hope if you got a good support system and network, maybe somebody else will take on those tasks or those things they need to do that. So celebrate those small victories always. I can honestly say probably in the last 3 years I've gotten in that headspace. But before that, no, I would beat myself up about everything.
I feel like I still am kind of guilty. Like I jokingly said I'm proud of myself because I took accountability for something that I did. But at the same time, I generally, tend
to focus more on what didn't get accomplished.
What didn't get accomplished.
Yeah, you got to change that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be like Marquis. I'll be like, you could have did so much better.
Yeah.
You definitely could have did so much better. And I'll find myself like, I got close to the finish line, but I didn't finish. And bro, that was a loser move. And that's what I'll do to myself. And that's not healthy. It's just not. It's not healthy. It's not okay. And I don't encourage anybody to be that way. I absolutely am building on that. I feel like I'm starting to see the light in some of the smaller things. Like, okay, I might not have got the whole kitchen clean, but I washed the dishes.
That's right.
You know, so I might not have I might not have washed all the clothes, but I folded some. And so it's like and it's because I don't give myself I wasn't giving myself a chance. I was expecting myself to be superwoman, not only for others, but also for myself.
And it's us. We do it to ourselves.
Yeah. And so it's like when I couldn't be superwoman, for everybody and me, then I failed somewhere. And that was definitely a complex, and that was something that bothered me. So
we are,
I was about to say,
approaching that time.
We said at the same time.
Our wrapping up moment. So to recap, how we're chasing our dreams, but we're talking about how to defy the odds. And how to defy the odds, you want to plan, take action, build a support system, adjust, adapt. Did I nudge you? No, we just kind of chunky in my arm hit you. Sorry. Okay. And celebrate small victories. Guys, have a great week. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else? You usually do it to me. Do you have anything else, friend? Now I'm nudging you.
Yes, y'all go ahead and scan that code right there in the top corner of the screen. It's like right, excuse me, friend. I had to point to it. It's right there. So y'all go ahead and scan this with your phone right now. Okay, because I know y'all are seeing this in just a few minutes. So go on and scan the code right here, right now, or go over there in the chat. I think the chat is like right here next to me. Okay, and looking at
it depends on how you're looking at it. Because if you know what, that's true. It's down there.
It's down here. I'm sorry. Go down here, okay? And then I want you to click on that link that's down there in that chat. I'm also going to be adding the link to the description box. Find us out on Facebook, The Melanin Mindset, and you can actually get connected over to the book club and join in with us, y'all, because this is going to be so exciting. I cannot wait. I guess I got a leg up because I cut meat out a while ago, but I'm ready. I'm having my tropical smoothie right now.
I don't think we even ever mentioned that it was a vegan challenge. We just said the Tab of the Brown challenge.
They know Tab.
Yes. Hopefully you know Tabitha. But also too, we want you guys to join. Even if you don't think you're going to do a whole 30 days vegan, incorporate one meal a week vegan, or have a meatless Monday or something like that. We just want to show ourselves that when it's time to put ourselves, our health and wellness first, that we can, and we will.
Facts.
So
I really hope that they learn that you can definitely resolve things in your body by what you put into your body. I think sometimes we don't realize that. And I don't mean like all the pills. Now, please take your medication. But I mean, like, you know, sometimes we can heal our bodies.
Yeah. Sometimes what we're eating is causing the problems that they're giving us medicine for.
But all right, y'all, you know we love you. We really mean it, because we said bye already. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day, and we out of here, y'all. Friend, you go say bye? Bye.